Hi ARC members, I'm Sarah, your fitness lead, and today I'm going to be taking you through a dynamic warm-up. The purpose of this warm-up is to hit all your major muscle groups and all your major joints to prepare you for whatever workout you're going to be doing. To begin our warm-up, we're going to start with a quick posture and alignment check to make sure that all of our joints are in the right position to do our warm-up. So to begin, I'm going to be hip-width apart with my feet, and my toes are facing straight forwards. Then looking up at the knees, we want to avoid internally rotating and letting our knees collapse inward. So we're going to externally rotate at the hip, keep our knees in line with our toes, and engage the glutes. Next up, we're going to take one hand, put it on the front of the pelvis, one hand on the back, and tuck our pelvis under. Drop the tailbone towards the ground and engage the abs. Next step is up at the shoulders. We're going to make sure we roll back and down away from the ears. And lastly, take our chin, nod it towards our chest, and lengthen up to the back of the head so that we're in a packed neck position. This is a great posture and alignment to begin our dynamic warm-up. So to begin our joint circles, we're going to start up at the neck and we're going to work our way down the body, all of our major joint actions. So to begin with the neck, instead of doing a major circle around, which kind of can cause some grinding, we're simply going to drop into all four quadrants. So we're going to first nod forward, drop our ear towards our shoulder, nod backwards, drop the ear towards the other shoulder, back to the front, and switch directions. Next, moving to our shoulders, we're going to do huge shoulder rolls to the back, nice big range of motion, and to the front. Next, we're going to move to arm circles back. Again, a nice big range of motion, and then to the front. Next, we'll move to the hips. Make sure you're hip width apart. We're going to do big circles to the front so we can loosen up the lower back. And we're going to switch directions. And lastly, to hit the knees and the ankles, we're going to step the feet together, place the hands on either side of the knees, and we're going to circle around for the knees and the ankles, and switch directions. So to get progressively more dynamic after our joint circles, we're going to work the body as a unit, focusing on stretching out the front side of the body and then the back side of the body with two different joint actions. So to begin, I'm going to step forward with the opposite leg from the hand that I have the weight in, drive my hips forward and reach back with that weight. And then I'm going to hinge at the hips, direct my gaze down, and bring my toe up. So here I'm hitting the front side of the body while I drive the hips forward, and then the back side of the body as I drop my hips back. Then I'll simply repeat on the other side. So after we hit the front and the back sides of the body, we're now going to work on the inner thighs and the entire outside of the body. So for this movement, I'm going to step out, again with the opposite leg from the hand that I have my light load in. I'm going to externally rotate at the shoulder so my palm is facing forward. So I'm going to bend into the opposite side that I have my weight in. I'm going to make sure my palm is facing out and that this weight is coming right in front of my leg. Keeping my opposite leg straight, and then I'm going to step over, drive my hip out, and reach this weight overhead to hit the outside of my body. And then I'll simply repeat. And then I'll switch sides. So lastly, to move dynamically through the transverse plane, we're going to take our weight here. I'm going to turn my toe of my opposite leg and drop this weight down to the outside of my foot. And then I'm going to pull up, turn my other toe, and reach towards the back of the room. Come back down, drop the weight towards my foot, come up, and rotate towards the back of the room. My toes are always following the direction that my body's going in, and then I'll switch sides. So lastly, to get even more dynamic, we're going to do some lunges in all three planes. Starting with the sagittal plane, we're going to lunge forward and backwards. So starting on our right leg, we're going to take a step forwards, making sure we keep our knee behind our toe as we come down. Then step with the other leg, right leg, and on the left, I'm going to come all the way down, push my hips forward, raise an arm to intensify the stretch, rotate in, rotate out, stand back up, leading with the right leg back. We're going to lunge down, together, lunge down, together, down, Together, and on this side, again, we'll come all the way down, pushing those hips forward. We're going to raise an arm up to intensify the stretch, rotate in, rotate out, and come back up. So now to move in the frontal plane, we're going to do a side lunge with a reach so that we stretch out the entire side of the body while we're working those muscles in the frontal plane from side to side. So I'm going to show with my right foot here. I'm going to take a big step out, reach, pull, and step together. So again, big step out, keeping this leg straight, reach to stretch the body, pull to activate those back muscles, and step back together. Then I'll repeat on the other side. And lastly, to get a little bit of rotation in the transverse plane, we're going to do a curtsy lunge. So I'm going to take a step behind one foot and drop my opposite elbow to my knee, step up, and switch. Step, elbow to knee, step behind, elbow to knee. Thank you for watching. I'm Sarah, your fitness lead. Please think about including this dynamic warm-up before all of your resistance training workouts. It's a great way to get your body prepared for the movements that you'll be doing during your workout. For more information, please read the article that goes along with this video. It'll tell you things like duration for the warm-up, how many repetitions to do for each of these movements, and in general, more detail on the benefits that you're getting from doing a warm-up, such as the dynamic warm-up that you just watched.